our weekly reading for September 9th through the 15th, 2016. Remember, it's a general reading, so see what feels right for you. See which signs, symbols, bells, whistles, messages, energies resonate for you and bring you clarity to what you're wondering, concerned, confused, inquiring, dreaming, and praying about. We're all children of God. We're all psychic. We're not all going through the same thing, so see what feels right for you. It could be one sign that brings you clarity. It could be the whole reading. It could make sense later. In the end, always use your logic and intuition together to make sound decisions that are based in love for the highest and greatest good of everybody involved in the situation and so on. So we're all uplifted in love. See how it feels for you. Remember, how you ride these energetic waves that come through here is always up to you. In the end, is it your wave? Is it not your wave? Are you waiting for another wave, preparing for the wave, crashing into the wave, diving into the wave, ignoring that wave? Get the gist. Feel free to make this an interactive video with me if you want to pull some cards for yourself. And I also want to mention I'm very excited about this week's readings. I got a bunch of new decks, oracle cards and tarot decks, and let me show you what they are. The Thalemia Tarot by Renetta Lecce, the Enchanted Map Oracle Cards by Colette Baron Reed, the Life Purpose Oracle Cards by Doreen Virtue, Earth Magic Oracle Cards by Stephen D. Farmer, and the Karma Cards by Monty. Let's see what God, Source, Holy Spirit, our higher self, angels, and energies of love have for Scorpio, for the highest and greatest good of all. One card. This is the Thalemia Tarot for some wisdom for Scorpio. I feel like the first thing I want to say, Scorpio, is patience. I decided to upload half of my videos a day early this week because just know when I do my videos, I do random order. Whatever comes up on these cards when I shuffle them is the order I do, so it keeps it fresh. And I also find that my energy is best when I record half of the videos one day and half the other day. So Scorpio, you actually came up as 10, but I caught a comment in my Sagittarius video that you're waiting. So I'm coming, I'm here. I actually had a call from my Sagittarius father that I needed to get over there right away. And I thought it was an emergency, and no. It was my mom wanting to give me my birthday gift a little bit early. I feel like this is important to say, Scorpio, so I'm going to say it here. And my mom, it's not my birthday yet this week. That will be next week. But my mom really likes to give the birthday presents / Christmas presents right away. She doesn't like to keep secrets like that. She gets really excited to give it. So I got this, Scorpio. Look at this fancy ass spotlight LED thing. So if you weren't patient, you wouldn't have had a fancy video with this fancy ass spotlight that makes it look like my sister's flower painting is faux fire for us. So perhaps good things come to those that wait. So breathe. I'm here, and let's get to the reading. Let's see what's in store for Scorpio. I also had Mannex to my left and Vincenzo to my right joining us here. So one card for Scorpio. The High Priestess, Scorpio. So patience. Allowing things to unfold and trusting that the answer is ultimately not here. It's in you. It's in you. It's okay to come here for clues and to tap into those energies and to learn more and adapt and grow and I want to say, like, develop your gifts. Allow yourself freedom to experience different ways for these gifts to come into your world. But how you experience these gifts of tapping into what you can't see, what's behind the veil, Scorpio, is always personal. It's always a personal experience for all of us. You know, some of us hear phrases. They sound like ideas or inspirations. Sometimes we see visualizations, pictures, and images, and like an entire scenario going on. Some of us just know things. You just get a feeling about a room or a situation or a person, and you don't really know what it is that you're feeling, but you know it's right. There's so many different ways. some of it, I feel like some of it's feeling. Like if you feel a key or you feel a piece of jewelry or you feel something, you can feel the like imprint of energy that was there before, no matter how far into the future it is. So the answer ultimately, Scorpio, is in the hardest card in the deck that you guys got, and that's the High Priestess. It's learning how to dance with the unknown, with what you can't explain, but you know to be true. And it's a constant path. It's constantly trying to go back and forth behind this veil, in front of the doorway, behind the doorway, on stage, off stage. And the High Priestess has more knowledge that she understands that she could ever explain to anyone. So it's an ongoing lesson. You have to learn each lesson as it comes. You can't push lessons. You can't force the gifts. You can't force yourself to understand something you are not yet prepared to handle. So trust yourself that you're understanding your own preparation to this High Priestess, which is every day. It's every day. Scorpio. I feel like this is totally Scorpio, by the way. I mean, you guys are you're so psychic. You know things about people, and that freaks people out sometimes. You know, it freaks people out that they think you're psychic. Oh, are you reading my mind? And it doesn't really work like that. It's energetic frequencies, energetic waves, and things like that. And you can completely close yourself off and protect yourself from that coming in. I feel like it's best when, if you're tapping into somebody else, it's somebody who asks. Sometimes it comes in a flash, and you can't help what you see, what you feel, what you know. And it's up to you to be the High Priestess and to accurately distinguish what you should say, what you shouldn't say, what you should do, what you shouldn't do. You know, do you always say what you know? Or sometimes, you know, it's meant, sometimes you should, sometimes you shouldn't. Ultimately, only you know in that situation what you should or shouldn't do, how it unravels. And it's a process. It's learning. It's learning this. I feel like it's like you open up the pomegranate, and inside, I feel like it's like, I think of like fish eggs a little bit. But it's like each little seed has its own little protective like embryo around it. And then I feel like when you eat them, they're sort of incredible because their texture, like they pop in your mouth and you get like an explosion of like taste. I don't know why that's important with the pomegranate, but I feel like it's just I feel like it tastes different if you eat a lot at once or if you eat one. So perhaps you're seeing how big of a bite you need to take, the deeper layers within something that looks like something different from the outside. I also think of sexuality a little bit, Scorpio, and like boundaries, knowing the boundaries for you, what's good for you, not being afraid, facing fear. She's fearless. She's seen it all, you know, and if she hasn't seen it, she's ready for it when it comes because she knows she grows from it. He grows from it. All right, I'm going to go to the Earth Magic Oracle Cards by Stephen D. Farmer. And let's get another card for Scorpio. More information on the High Priestess. It's also a 2. So it's a doorway. It's up to you to walk through that doorway. What's right for you? What's that center way through that feels right? It's like an urge. It's like a new lesson. It's a new chance. It's another, like, I feel like it's another, like, I see like a veil. It's like another layer of a veil coming up. I have this light here. I'm trying to work with my lights here, Scorpio. All right, so let's see. What's in front of the veil? What's behind the veil? What's unraveling? What's in the dark? I feel like you're stepping into the abyss. You're stepping into the unknown. I feel like this is you entering backstage, and it's where no one else can go. It's like VIP. You know, you have to have the right stamp to get through. So it's like you have knowledge, you have something. You're carrying it close to your chest. I mean, well, actually, it's not your chest. You have an open chest. You have the silver, I feel like it's a silver apple or a silver moon. So the moon above you and the tides and like feminine energy. And then you have the scroll of knowledge by your gut. So you feel something, Scorpio. It's something you feel. Card for Scorpio. Milky Way, perspective. So it starts with you. This is like huge perspective. You know, it's you stepping into the abyss, but the abyss is also the universe. It's like, it's the deep ocean of emotion, and it's that far unknown, unreachable, untangible, unexplainable universe says. You know, it's the Milky Way. It starts with a bigger perspective, Scorpio. So, I feel like it starts with maybe getting out of your head a little bit. Hi, Vincenzo. Vincenzo saying hi to you. Maybe it gets getting out of your head a little bit and seeing it as a lesson, seeing it as a chance to grow, to get really strong, Scorpio. I feel like really strong with like gifts, you know, like telepathic gifts or like just spiritual gifts of some kind. Perhaps you're learning them, you know, perhaps you don't know how to explain them, who to talk to. Change your perspective of what's happening. Step outside the box a little bit. Author. Perhaps step outside the box and write about it, Scorpio. Perhaps there's a connection bigger than just your experience here. I feel like when it's an author, I'm sorry, that was my mother. So I feel like when it's an author, it's your experience that needs to connect to the world, to somebody. It could be one person. It could be just the connection with yourself. Scorpio, writing something down. And that connection is a healing. It's deep. Perhaps you know, like deep knowing about something that you can write about, that perhaps somebody else can't understand or explain and you can. Or perhaps writing it helps you explain something, helps you understand something. I feel like getting it on actual paper, like physical paper. Scorpio, you guys were 10, by the way. You guys were coming up next. It says you have a book inside of you that wishes to be expressed. Make the time to write it. Sit down, maybe some solitude. See how many people you can touch with your words. Words can be powerful. You know, you can transport somebody into a situation of emotion and a story, a perspective that you have. Scorpio's a perspective that's important. It starts with it being important to you. And if it's important to you, I mean, all of our perspectives are important. But I feel like whatever it is that's important to you is going to be valuable to somebody else. And I think that somebody else is a lot of people. I think it's bigger than you know. Let's get some more clarity. This is the Enchanted Map. Oracle cards by Colette Baron Reed. Let's get another card for Scorpio. On writing, being an author, a musician, writing stories, writing like rhymes, like music, poems, and here epics. Maybe epic novels. Maybe some big novels you're writing. Something like you see these images, you see these scenarios in your head. You're tapping into something that's like an unknown world. It's like your own magical world. People love to hear that. I mean, it's imagination. Bring it to the world, Scorpio. Unexpected visitors. And perhaps there's somebody that's coming around this week that's going to help you with this. Perhaps you're going to talk about something. I mean, I feel like there's somebody here. Like it's like your guardian angel, but that could be somebody you know too. That's just here this week for you at the right time to change your perspective about something. It's like she's going through the doorway. She's peeking in. Perhaps you were peeking out, you know. I see the bunny here, so I see something like innocent that's going to start reproducing. And I see the frog, like I think of the Frog Prince. And I see like purple flowers. I think of where the red fern grows. For some reason, that just popped up. I hope this is helpful. I'm going to pull one more card from the Native American Tarot. Vision Quest. So this is about you. This is the 7 of vessels. It's about a change of perspective, a bigger perspective. It's going on your own in solitude and seeing something that's special. and getting it out there later for us. I feel like everybody's gonna connect to this, but it starts with you. It starts with a change in perspective. And it brings something that changes you emotionally. I hope this is helpful. I love you guys, and I'll see you soon.